Alright, y'all, what's going on? We are going to make a key for this pretty awesome little multi-point barrel key lock that goes on an antique piece of furniture. You could only really call this a like a multi-point lock, because when you turn the key, it goes up and down. And it's pretty cool looking, except you probably don't really see any of this because it's probably mortised in to the furniture. And it's a shame because that's pretty awesome, you know, like a steampunky look to it. When you turn the key, it's got one lever. You can see the spring for the lever right there. Really, it's not a big deal. As we talked about in the last antique video, the only big deal about this is the length of the shaft. And I've had a few people mention, like when I'm cutting keys, and we're going to use this shape of key because I have plenty of them. Customer wants two. And like we talked about in another video, the length of the shaft, which is why I don't trim down the front, because these have a limited depth of how deep it is, and they're not that easy. They're kind of easy, but they're not that easy to drill out, and which what we're gonna have to do on this one, because if we take a straight object and put it in, put our finger up to the tip of it there, we see it's that long. And if we take the key and we put it in, we're gonna see that it's too long, it's too deep. And we also measure this important part, so it's perfectly wide enough. I mean, dead on wide enough. And when we go over, it fits over the shaft. And also, I've mentioned that there are different diameters, so these smaller diameter ones will not fit. So we're kind of limited on the choices. I decided to go with this because this probably fits that piece. This is a good kind of a generic design. These are solid brass keys. But if we go down, we can see also that it hits. So we're gonna have to use the grinder carefully this time and take off the front of it. Once we take off the front of it and it slips down past there, it's just a matter of drilling it out to make it fit for that long of a post. And then we'll see it in action. So let's get started making this antique key for this awesome steampunk looking thing. We got to get a screenshot, right? Screenshot. Hey, that's what it's gonna be. Awesome. Here we go. And we also have to do two of these, so we're gonna go ahead and knock them both out at one time. Remember, healthy respect for the grinder. Pay attention to what you're doing, people. All right, so we've got them ground down. I mentioned in Saturday Morning Live 6 that one day, and I've said this for many years, but I'd love to make a clamp to hold this, to put it in the drill press. And we're just gonna do it by hand. Because we love doing things by hand, right? I've got a vice grip where I ground out the interior jaws to a round finish. This was actually designed to do some key machine work, but it has come in handy ever since I did this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clamp the top of it, and a little too loose, so let's tighten it down just a bit. And what this will do, right there, and it go ahead and it's gonna turn, maybe. No, it's not gonna turn. And then I'm gonna grab my hand drill bit, drill bits, and we're just gonna find one that is big, just about the same size as the diameter of the hole. That's it right there. That'll work just perfectly. So it's just a simple matter of carefully drilling it out a little bit. If the drill bit is brand new, it can be not so, it could grab in that brass, but this one's been used, so I think we'll be okay. And we're just gonna see what it does. This is hopefully will not be a lesson in how locksmiths drill their hands. I think this one's a little too dull. I think I may have hit concrete with this bit recently, so let's change that up. I hate it when these bits hit concrete. It's horrible. So, you know, and I could take it over there and put it in the drill press. Could do that just as easily. Let's see, will this work? Oh, yep, okay, that's good. Let's see if this one's any sharper. I know one of them I just used and I hit concrete, so that kills drill bits. Yeah, this one's chewing into it a little bit better. So here we go. I'm gonna kind of just brace it just for the video. Kind of fruit. Oh, there, yeah, bit right into it. We didn't have to take it down very far. Luckily. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, no, not all the way yet. Ooh, we still got a ways to go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of use the leverage of the table this time. And I'll zoom in here. There we go. Oh, I hate this drill. That went down pretty well. All right, let's see what it does now. You can depth mark your drill bit. I don't like depth marking unless it's a critical, like there's glass or something in the way. Oh, almost. A little bit more and we got it. Again, gotta love this Milwaukee drill, right? Thanks, Milwaukee, for nothing but problems ever since I bought you. All right, is that far enough? So you want to give it a little extra clearance. Oh, almost perfect. Look at that, look at that, here we go. Does it need to be cut? Oh, it does need to be cut down. It does have an actual cut in it, and if we look right there, let's see, what's the best way to look at it? Where is it? There we go. And turn this out of the way. We see, if we look down in there, where's our poker item? We need a poker pointer. Okay, we see a lip right there. This is the lever. You see, look, and what's happening is it's hitting on the flat right there instead of actually on the lip. So this one's still pretty easy. All we have to do is come down on the back side of that, on this side, and actually it did. Even that light little push that I did on it kind of left a little mark right there if you were to have to impression it. But let's go ahead and get this drilled out a little bit more, just in case there is another lock on the same cabinet and it might have a little bit longer. But I'm sure this is the only one. I guess if they take it home and try it in another lock and it doesn't work, then that means there is another lock on there. I didn't ask them whether or not it had one or not. So let's do key number 2. Okay. Let's see how that does. Boom, doesn't bottom out all the way. We were super close, super close. Let's go a little bit deeper with it. Come back here, girl. I think that'll do it. Pretty sure it will. So before we go to the trouble of just cutting down one side, let's also look here. We can see it hard stops. Let's see. Let's move this around. You can see that key kind of hard stops right there as well. Honestly, y'all, I think we just need to bring the key down. No, I'll take that back. We do need to bring the key down for that, but we need to bring the key down. The tip of it needs to come down a little bit. Not much, not as much as that lever. Yeah, that lever's got a little bit of a deep cut. So let's go back to the bench grinder. So we're gonna go ahead and take it down to pass the bolt first. And then on the back side, was it the back side? Yes, it was the back side. We still have some finish work to do, but I thought we weren't going to be able to actually use this key. I thought I had gone too far, but check this out. Yes, beautiful. So the rods, the top and bottom rods, and this is connected into the cabinet. Moves it. Well, there we go. Moves it up and down. Let's see. There we go. Yep. Like 2 full rotations. And now it's just a matter of squaring that cut up. You notice I used the belt grinder for most of that. So let's go ahead and do the other one. We're just going to use our messy area to finish this key off here. And really, we've got them both working fine. We just want to square off that to make it, instead of having that round that the the grinder thing gave us, we want it to be a little bit more square. I mean, it works, but it's not like it should be. So basically, we're just going to zoom in a little bit closer and fine tune this guy. We're putting pressure to the right there. Could also do it this way. And when you're looking for files, I always try to find one with the edge cuts. The edge cuts help quite a bit. Now I want to use the non-edge cut side so that it doesn't go down any further. We just want it to be a little more square than it is. Yep, that's good. And here again. Yep, that's good. Now I'm going to switch to actual hobby files. You can use hobby files of any brand. These are the cheapy Harbor Freight ones that I like to use. There's only a few solid choices for that in here, but they're so cheap. We'll use this one. They're so cheap that it doesn't matter. Yeah. Put our rounded side back on there just a bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, jump around. Jump around. Okay, I think that'll do it, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and check this to make sure. Got a little bit. Let's just touch that up. Got a little bit of a catchy area on the back of it. Let's look straight on. So again, y'all, we're just about to wrap it up here. It is not difficult. This one was not too difficult to do, aside from the whole drilling out of the shank of the key. Just trying to get it pretty much even there. Oh, forgot to do the front. Knock off that little burr and the back on this one. And we're going to oil this guy up. Some people have asked me about using oil on these. And yes, some of them. I will take, you can use like 3-in-1 oil would be good. I personally use a turbine oil. The hardware store around here carries. And I just like it because it's got this really long spout. And it'd be good to put a little drop in here. Maybe there, maybe over here. And let's just give it a couple of little drops. Oh, y'all didn't know y'all were out of camera frame. All these little pivot points. Be good to get them oiled up. Everywhere that moves. And it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and just oil these springs and such to protect it in the future. I'm gonna wipe it down so that it doesn't have the drippy all over it when I give it back to the customer. But that is it, looks like. It's beautiful. Such a beautiful mechanism. Mr. Provost Paris, thank you for your beautiful work. Oh. With this antique lock. And hopefully we have a happy customer. And for those of you wondering, we sell these for 32 cut each, unless it's a very complicated cut, which obviously this one was not. 32 includes kind of basic cutting. And that's it. All right, y'all. As always, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this guy down. If you have any questions or comments on this or any other antique locks, we'll be glad to try to answer them. If you are a customer and have an antique lock and you have not been able to find a local locksmith to be able to help you with that, yes, we do receive these in and send them back out all the time. Usually a couple of day turnaround. Sometimes if we're booked up, it may take a few extra days, but we try to turn it around as quick as possible for you. We do give you a choice. You can send us an email picture of the lock that you have, send a picture just like that, and we can tell you whether or not we'll be able to help you. We try to be able to do most of these. Some of the real big ones are hard to get. None of these keys would work for big antique locks, and we have gotten emails about that. But again, thanks for watching, y'all. Wait, this way. I just wonder how big this cabinet is. It's got to be a pretty big cabinet. 1, 2, 1, 2. Double check the keys a few times after you make them. Wait, which way? 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So, there we have it. 2 antique barrel keys made. Thanks for watching, y'all. Again, y'all have a great day. We'll catch you next video.